What's up, you guys? GovPancakes here. I'm here with a video that was well requested by a lot of people. This is my top 5 getting to know Gov, so you guys can get to know me, and I can tell you guys why I like things and stuff, but I'm going to keep this video short because I have a lot to go through. So, there's a post on Facebook that says, hey, drop your top 5 whatever. So, I asked everybody, and here's what I got. Now, if your question didn't make this list, it will make the other list, because I'm going to do all of them, like I said it would. So, the first thing is Aaron Pickering, aka Bird, asked me the 5 things I like about Cleveland. Or 5 things I actually like in Cleveland. The food, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Science Center, downtown, and my #1 favorite thing is the winter. Because I am a winterhead, and I love snow, and if you don't like it, that's cool, I love it. Keep going on, because I have a lot to go through, and I want to keep this video kind of short. My top 5 albums. I don't know if this was all time or not, but Prince asked me this. Well, my top album, like, period, is the GZA Liquid Swords. It's like the Hip Hop Bible. It's one of the first albums I listened to in its entirety. It's the first one I understood, first one I felt, first one I interacted with. Hands down, flawless. Then there's 36 Chambers. That's by Wu-Tang. Then we have Disturbed 10,000 Fists, because I went through a really big rock and metal phase, and that CD is astounding. I love it. It was really hard to pick between that and Metallica, but I'm going to put Disturbed on because I listened to Disturbed more. Discovery by Daft Punk, because Discovery it speaks for itself. I don't need to talk about that. And the last one is The Waters by Mick Jenkins. I'm a really big Mick Jenkins fan. He talks a lot of stuff I like. I'm a huge Mick Jenkins fan. Now, I'm pretty sure a few people are like, oh, well, where's Currency on your list, Alan? Well, I do like Currency, but I have to be realistic, and he's not. He doesn't have one of my top 5 albums. Mixtapes, different story. Albums, no. Gonna keep going. Top 5 hardest video games. This is from David Kirby. Battletoads is #1. Battletoads used to kick my ass as a kid. It kicks my ass now. That game is hard. Salt and Sanctuary was super hard. Super hard. Demon Souls is the only Souls game other than 3 I did not complete at all. Demon Souls is a ass-kicking machine to me. Ninja Gaiden, any of them. You can take your pick. The old ones, the new ones, Ninja Gaiden Black. And then Comic Zone. Comic Zone is a Sega game where you play as a kid who, well, this guy who got thrown into his drawing by a magic pen, and he ends up beating people up. So, we'll move on to the next few questions. Top 5 candy. Who asked me this question? Because I don't remember off the top of my head. Sean. Sean asked me what my top 5 candy was. Orange Slices, Sour Patches, Skittles, Gummy Lifesavers, and Lemon Heads. I'm more of a gummy guy. I do dab in a little Skittles here and there and Lemon Heads. I like Jawbreakers, but I would have to go with Lemon Heads because they don't completely break your jaw. And then the last question was from Tiyon, and she asked me, what are my top 5 villains? Now, when she asked me this, I asked her, do you mean like anime, comics, or villains, period? And she said villains, period. So this took a lot of time. This is one of the hardest questions I ever got. Darth Vader. I think, yeah, I do. Darth Vader, hands down. This dude is the man. He's quote-unquote a villain. He's a good guy, anti-hero, whatever you want to call him. For this list, he's a villain. Bloody Harry from Gungrave. One of my favorite anime of all time. Definitely one of the best villains ever written, period. Bloody Harry, go watch Gungrave. Omega from Mega Man Zero, because the only thing that could be even better than killing Sigma at the end of a Mega Man game is fighting your old self who's supposed to be better than you. Omega is supposed to be better than Zero in every way, and as a player, you feel like Omega is going to wreck you, and you wreck him. Love that fight so much. One of my favorite villains of all time. Now, before I get to my #1 villain, I have to say my number 4 and 5. I mean, my 5 and tied for 5. Venom from Spider-Man. I love Venom. I love Eddie Brock. After the whole I hate Peter Parker phase, Eddie Brock is one of my favorite villains. Even though he starts off as a villain, becomes more of an anti-hero, still one of my favorite. Gates from Full Metal Panic. I have seen plenty of villains in my day playing video games and watching anime and reading comics and reading manga. Gates is the truth. He is a reckless killing machine. He has no respect for anybody but himself. He only thinks about himself. He's a perfect dictator for what he's trying to do in Full Metal Panic. And I also suggest you guys watch Full Metal Panic. Now, my top villain ever is Dr. Doom. It was really hard to keep Dormammu off of this list because I really love Dormammu, but he's already a super being. When Dr. Doom is a human who ascended to a sacred god, wrecked everybody, and then was like, I'm above being a god. I'm going to go back to being a regular human, and I'm going to live a regular human's life. So that is my top 5 list. I hope you guys liked what you guys heard. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. If you want to talk, you can leave them in the comments. If you guys have any top 5 questions you want me to answer, you can also leave them in the comments, and I will try to answer them. So, GovPancakes out. Be cool, guys.